Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the programs that we're offering all week long and technically all year long as we build an archive of these programs as a resource to you. I'm Mark Warner, National Sales Manager of the Bullen Companies, and accompanying me is Scott Jardin, President of the Bullen Companies and my boss.
Thanks for tuning in.
So we're happy to introduce you to two presenters that are going to be talking about the arts and sciences of luxury vinyl floor tile and luxury vinyl floor planking. That would be Mr. Jack Collins and Mr. Stan Hulin. Guys, take it away.
Hi, my name's Stan Hulin, and I'm here to talk a little bit about floor maintenance specifically for LVT and LVP, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Before we get started, I'd like to go into the market a little bit, and the first slide that I have to show talks about the floor marketing trends in 2019. On the left-hand side, you'll see a graph that shows that hard surface flooring has become more popular than carpet over the last 5 years. In fact, it surpassed carpet a couple of years ago and is putting on a significant amount of sales now. So hard surfaces are surpassing carpets in new carpet and floor sales. Of that, 27% of those hard surface sales go to resilient. On the next slide, we break it down into the breakdown of each of the components of the resilient. So you'll see that vinyl products, whether it be tile and sheet, which is the green and 33%, or whether it be LVT and LVP, which is has a significant amount of the market. It has actually over 50% of the market and is growing. So that's why we need to understand what LVT and LVP is. On the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about what is LVT, LVP, and why is it so popular? Well, LVT, LVP stands for luxury vinyl tile, luxury vinyl plank. It's not really an ASTM classification, although they're working on it now. It's something that is a marketing phrase or marketing acronyms that are pretty much stuck in the market. The actual classification is listed there below, which is ASTM F1 1713A. You can look into it. It changes the classification: printed film, smooth, or embossed. On the next slide, we change it, or we want to talk a little bit about the construction because that's what makes it so popular. It's really a layered product, which is heterogeneous. It's starting from the floor, number 5. It has a backing. It has a vinyl core. It may be a padded vinyl core. Then it has a transparent, and then it has a printed film layer, which is what gives you the look of wood or stone or whatever you want it to be. And then it has a transparent vinyl wear layer on top of that. And some manufacturers even put a polyurethane coating in the factory on top of that. So the construction of the LVT, LVP is what makes it so durable. On the next slide, we talk about that's why it's popular. You get a look of something that it isn't. It could be wood or it could be stone. That wear layer in some commercial applications may be up to 30 mils thick, which is quite thick. If you figure that 4 mils makes a sheet of paper, 30 mils, you can do the math on that. So when you have that construction and you have that vinyl wear layer, it gives you added extra protection that we used to accomplish with floor finish. On the next slide, we talk about the ramifications. Now, sometimes products get put in places that they shouldn't be put into. So we call that the ramifications of specifications. And it doesn't matter how good the product is. If it's put in the wrong environment, it's going to fail. So sometimes people come to us and they say, can you fix my product? Well, look at the picture. Can I fix that product? Not going to happen. On the next slide, so it's important to understand that it's not always your fault. So what makes LVT LVP so really, really outstanding is that its benefits. Traditionally, we have taken care of floors utilizing abrasive pads and alkaline chemicals up to and including strippers. And these are high intensity methods. The method of maintenance before LVT LVP was abrade the surface, put more finish on the surface, abrade the surface, put more finish on the surface. Well, when LVT LVP came into being with that heavy vinyl wear layer and added extra protection, it eliminates burnishing, it eliminates some aggressive scrubbing, and it definitely eliminates the stripping and refinishing process. On the next slide, there, we really boil it down to the simplicity of it all. Dry services, which include dust mopping and daily routine mopping, proper wet mopping, and I emphasize proper wet mopping. If you ask me, the biggest failure in every floor in our country is incorrect mopping procedures. If you don't know what proper mopping is, it's application of the solution, agitation of the solution, removal of the contaminated solution, and rinsing the floor. If you're only doing step one, your floors will ultimately become tacky floor syndrome or ugly floor syndrome. So most manufacturers of LVT, LVT, or LVP recommend a scrub and rinse only on those periodics and using only a red pad and only neutral cleaner. And you're going to do that, monthly or quarterly, periodically. So on the next slide, we want to emphasize that one of the sales rhetoric that comes out for LVT and LVP is that it's low maintenance. Somehow the low maintenance gets termed no maintenance, and people say, well, he told me I didn't have to maintain the floor. That is simply not true. The definition of a floor is the inside bottom surface of any room. If you're in a building, you're on a floor. It could be artistic, it could be functional, but there's one thing that all floors have in common, and that's everything ends up on the floor. Gravity will pull everything to the floor, and when you combine gravity and foot traffic, it scratches the floor, much like this tile you can see. It scratches and damages the floor, causing ugly floor syndrome. So on the next slide, this is just general information that you absolutely must follow to keep your warranty for any LVT, LVP floor in practice. And that's always follow the manufactured recommended maintenance methods. There are chemicals and products that are better than other chemicals and products. And that's why I'm going to hand it over to Jack. He'll show you. Thanks, Jack. You've got it.
Thanks, Stan. Hey, that was a great education for everybody on the construction of and the problems that people are having with LVT and LVP flooring, because that's really the challenge. Everybody that I have talked to over the last couple of years that has that type of flooring is experiencing those types of problems, and as a result have that ugly floor. If we could go into the next slide, that would be great. And the slide after that would be awesome. So the Bullen companies a year ago rolled out a new program to address these issues with our Extends line of LVT care products. Basically, we've got three products. First one is a cleaner, which I'll talk about in a second. We have a protection product, which I'll talk about the use of that. And if you really have an issue, a matte floor finish to try to restore the floor back to a matte looking appearance. Next slide, please. And then we're the first product is our cleaner product, which is a 2 to 4 ounce product, which you can use every day. Put it in an auto scrubber, mop it on the floor, do that solution application that Stan was talking about. Because I agree with him, one of the real issues with floor maintenance today is the lack of or the low frequency of wet cleaning the floors. This product also will help, if you use it on a regular basis, enhance the dry mopping process, because it's going to help maintain the floor a little better and add a charge so that the floor doesn't hold dirt as readily. So really, really good product. We've had some good success with it where we've had customers using it. The next slide talks about our protector product, which is a solid product that you would use on a regular basis. You know, that's been the question I get a lot out there in the field is how often do we use it? You know, if you've got a high traffic area, I'd recommend a couple of times a week, just simply apply it on with a microfiber pad and you're good to go. Once a week, once a month, it really depends on the traffic flow you have. Now, what this product is going to do is add a almost microscopic protection layer up to that UV wear layer that is, as Stan described, is built into the LVT flooring, and had some great success with that. If you move on, you're going to see we've got another slide talking about our matte floor finish. The matte floor finish is only to be used if you have an LVT and LVP floor that is gone into that ugly flooring look. You can bring it back. I get the question a lot, can you put standard floor finishes on top of a product, an ugly floor that you had poor maintenance practices with? Yes, you can. The challenge there is prepping the floor properly, and obviously even with using a matte floor finish, you'd need to do the proper preparation, which we could discuss with you before you use it. But it's a really good product, keeps the floor with the same level of sheen, I like to call it, that you had when you first bought your floor. And we go to the next slide, and the LV, I can't see the slide. That's my problem. So the LVT, what we're trying to do is enhance your whole cleaning operation. And one of the challenges a lot of people have is what's going to be my cost factor to this program. The reason we named this product Extends is because if you use our products properly, you are going to extend the life of that floor by 2 to 3 times what the manufacturer's recommendation are, and save yourself some money. These products will save you money over other maintenance methods. If you decide that you want to go back to a standard floor care where you put floor finish on and you have to strip and recoat and do all that kind of work, you are going to add more cost. Our whole program here over time is going to save you a significant amount of money, both in replacement costs and maintenance costs. And we've got some spreadsheets we can share with you when we get involved with you on an analysis. So I did want to bring that up. And the next slide is going to actually get into an example there of what it actually can look like. You go from one side to the other. This is actually in a facility in the Midwest where they put the product down, and the other side, on the left-hand side, you got the ugly floor, and on the right-hand side, you got the application using our protector product. So you can see what it does to the floor and how it actually enhances and makes the floor look a lot better. And if you want any information, just reach out to Stan or myself. And the next slide's got our contact information, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks very much, gentlemen. It was very informative. I certainly know that I don't want to have the ugly floor syndrome, at least in my house or in my facility, because God forbid we have that. But just for everybody's info, Jack is located in the New England area, and Stan is located on the West Coast up north. So they are coming from the east and west coast of the country. So
Coming together.
they've done a fantastic job in presenting the Extends LVT program, and thank you very much, gentlemen. You can now relax a little bit until the next program.